Dave, how can you describe what that game was like to go through and how you felt at the end?
Yeah, definitely didn't plan it out this way. Certainly a lot of emotions from the way it started to certainly the way it finished, and I'm just so grateful to be in this chair and what our guys did, the resilience, the fight that they had. Certainly all the momentum was on the side of the Yankees, and Garrett was throwing the heck out of the baseball, and for us to, just keep scratching and clawing, and we were just kind of to the last guy available, and so to see what Walker did, what Blake did, all those guys, and then the big at bats to get us back in the game was just huge.
But what was that fifth inning like to go through when they start making mistakes? Like, could your guys kind of just sense like that was the opportunity to make something happen?
Yeah, we did, and obviously, the inning before, Aaron makes a great play off of Freddie's bat, and just didn't make a play right there, and we just got a break on the covering first base, and so we got a couple extra outs, and it was just good, when you give a good team extra outs, and it was just great for us to take advantage of it.
The last row on your left, Chelsea.
How long was Walker going to be able to go? Was there a situation where was it just an inning with the side day thing? Or?
It was one inning, and so that's why it was huge that Blake could get Stanton and then punch out Rizzo right there. So that was just our last bullet in the sense of with the lead.
Up front of your right, AJ.
When you were game planning, did Walker come up at any point, or did that happen within the game?
That happened within the game. Seventh inning, he just said that he's going to be available, and I didn't see that even coming into play, but obviously as the game sort of went out, had it played on, we had to keep the game close, and our guys were fighting, and so I just felt that, at that point in time, I was going to be all in.
Seems somewhat self-explanatory, but what about him makes you confident in handing him the ball in a spot like that when he's
I just think that the experience, the pedigree, we were all in at that point in time, and he wanted the baseball. And I just felt that he wasn't going to run from the moment, and I just felt he was the best option.
Third row on your left, Dave.
So, pitching-wise, what was your plan if the game had gone to extra innings?
I would have probably had Hudson pitch the 10th, and then Kasperius, who threw 2 innings, 50-something pitches, throw the 11th, yeah.
Got Clinton right in front of you.
Hey, Doc. Mookie had such a workman-like day-to-day in terms of beating the ball out to first base, getting the go-ahead run on the sac fly. Can you tell me a little bit about his playoff performance, not just tonight, but in general, as he's done everything he's done?
No, it's great. I'm he's one of the guys I'm really excited for because going into the postseason, that's all people are talking about is how he didn't perform, and to be able to kind of block out all that noise and still focus on helping us win baseball games. There's not a guy that cares more. And he's a very talented player, and hopefully we can keep this narrative quiet for a little bit because he did everything and played both sides of the baseball. He made some big plays defensively and offensively. He came up big.
We'll stay there with Russ.
Dave, this season started off what you'd call rocky with your situation in Korea, Mookie break his hand, the starting pitching, Freddie's ankle. Is there a point throughout the year where you wonder if it's all too much and you guys can get through it? And what point did you realize that this group could get to this point?
Well, you know what? We did go through a lot, Russ, but I'll still say that we still had the best record in all of baseball this year. And so it wasn't easy, but our guys fought and played every day the right way, played to win. There was a lot of, backfilling on talent because of, injury. A lot of young players cut their teeth, which is good. But, one thing is that we just kept going. And so even in the postseason, I don't think anyone had us picked. I don't think they had us picked to get out of the first series. So, for us to go out there and fight and scratch and claw and win 11 games in October, that's a credit to our guys.
Fifth row on your right, Jay.
Yeah, when you mapped this out with your pitching, knowing how yesterday went, was there anything in your mind, scenario-wise, that you saw having to take Flaherty out as early as you did, and how you were going to navigate the remainder of those 27 outs?
No, there wasn't. And obviously, if I have to use potential Game 7 starter in the 9th inning, that just speaks to we didn't have enough pitching. So I was trying to get as much as I could out of Jack.
We'll go to Daniel, Dylan, then Daniel. Dylan is further back.
Dave, you mentioned Mookie in the last couple of years. How much do you think those experiences, those failures kind of contributed to him performing the way he did this October?
I think it has something to do with it. I think it was certainly, it's been on his mind, all year as far as once we get to the postseason, it doesn't matter until I perform in the postseason, all that stuff that he was saying. So I just felt that he was in a good spot mechanically, but I liked the fight. There was just a lot of fight. He was willing himself to having good at bats and productive at bats, and so he threw out some hits and scored some runs and did a lot of good things. But that probably had something to do with it.
And just kind of simply, how happy are you for Ohtani?
I'm thrilled. There's 6 years in the States, arguably the best player in the big leagues, and so he committed to us and he wanted to play for a championship, and so for it to kind of come to fruition in his first year is pretty remarkable. And what Shohei's done to our ball club, the Dodger fan base, domestically, globally, I just don't think you can quantify. And he's just such a good guy. He was playing with one arm in the postseason, and so most guys would probably tap out, but he was going to be not denied at playing and posting and being in the lineup. And so for him to hoist that World Series trophy, that's something he dreamed of, I'm sure, for quite some time.
Daniel in the right corner.
Dave, on this Friday is going to be the parade in LA. Also this Friday is Fernando Valenzuela's number 64 birthday. So how special would it be celebrating the championship, but also remembering Fernando?
It's going to be emotional. Fernando was a friend of mine. I know he's smiling right now and very proud of this organization. And so he's going to be missed. I'm sure it's something that he would want to have been a part of, but it's going to be emotional for all of us.
In the left corner, Bradford.
Dave, for you personally, the list of managers in the long history of baseball that have won more than one World Series isn't that long, and it's all Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers, including 2 Dodgers and Walter Austin and Tommy Lasorda. What does it mean to you to join that club?
Humbling. Never thought I would be in that same conversation. I'm a part of a great organization, a lot of great people around me supporting me, and we've won a lot of ball games, and this is something I really wanted. I wanted this one. There were some guys that were here with me in 20, and you hear some naysayers, and so we didn't get the parade that I've been talking about the last week, and so I'm proud of a lot of guys. I mean, the list goes on for the players that put me in this position.
We'll go to the second row on your right, Dave.
Shohei didn't give up even though he had a shoulder issue, and he was really competitive even though he couldn't really contribute to the at-bat. But how that gutsy attitude helped the team for the fighting?
It helped us because if Shohei is in the lineup, it still is a presence. And I think that with what Freddie was going through, certainly helped Shohei and convinced Shohei to be in the lineup too. And I just think he earned even more respect from his teammates by being able to play, with one arm.
Go far back on your right with Bill.
Yeah, we have talked about this in the past, Dave, how much it irritated you to hear people say 11 straight postseason berths, only one title, only one. How do you feel about that criticism now?
I'm going to take the high road. It's hard to win a championship, regardless of, what your team is like. It's hard, and there's a reason why there hasn't been a repeat champion since the Yankees did it. And so it clearly speaks to the playoff format, all that stuff. And so I'm going to be in the moment, and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this one. And I'm sure there's no asterisk on this one.
And Andrew said Shohei told him in the clubhouse, let's do this 9 more times. Do you feel the pressure of 9 more times?
I don't want to get to pressure yet. I've dealt with pressure quite a bit. I'm going to enjoy this one. But, once we get to spring training, that's certainly going to be the goal, yes.
The 2 last ones, Jack, on your left.
To kind of piggyback off that, like Andrew's talked about wanting this to be a golden era of Dodger baseball. Like, does a second title and kind of the way you guys did it this year feel like it cements that a little bit?
I think so. I mean, I think we have the best organization in baseball with consistency. But you still got to go out there and play the schedule, and we have great ownership, great front office, and we got great coaches and great players, and but we still got to perform. But I think that we're on our way.
We'll finish in the third row on your far right.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Jay.
Congratulations. I saw Aaron Boone waiting outside of your clubhouse. And did you meet him after the game? And how special it was compete against each other?
I did. Aaron is an absolute professional. He sought me out, wanted to congratulate me personally. And so we have a long history of competing against one another, a mutual respect. And I think Aaron's the only one in baseball that can really relate to my job in the sense of either win a World Series championship or you failed and you're not doing a good job in the respective markets. And so, you know, sports is tough. There's always a winner, there's a loser. But I love competing against Aaron, and I think he's done a fantastic job with his ball club.
Well, Dave, you are a great representative of the game, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All right.
And there it is. After all the challenges, every sacrifice, and every last push from each player, the Dodgers have come out on top as champions. From that thrilling fifth inning to the unwavering drive of every member, this team has shown us what resilience and unity look like. It's been a journey filled with unforgettable moments that make this victory even sweeter. We're so proud of this team, this city, and every fan who stood by us. Now, let's celebrate together. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest moments from your World Series champions.